Am I the a.hole for asking for money for the food I bought for friend's wedding? Hit like if your favorite color is purple. I am 28F living in DE with a well-paid job, currently supporting both myself and my BF, who lost his job. Recently, I was invited to a 2-day Spanish-Italian wedding as the bride's witness. The 2-day event was held 3 hours away from the city and included a wedding ceremony, lunch, party, and next day a barbecue to celebrate the relative's birthday. We were told not to bring any gifts as the couple has planned second wedding in Italy for 80+ people and rented out a mansion. The groom's family is very rich. As a witness and best friend, I always went above and beyond by helping her in everyday life. For the wedding I rented a car for plus €250. I was picking up guests and helping a lot with bringing people from and to the airport. However, things took a weird turn when I arrived to the barbecue and was told that there is not enough food for us and we have to go shopping. Fine, it happens. We made a list of groceries for ourselves. While we shopped, I got calls from the hosts to buy more food. My BF was even asked to get fresh bread. At the barbecue, I was asked to help with cooking, which I ended up doing for 1 hour. The food which we bought was distributed around all tables, meaning that we kinda sponsored the barbecue which we were invited to. The stupidest moment was that when my BF asked for bread, he wasn't allowed to take the fresh bread he bought. Fiance's relatives was not doing much. He was suffering from hangover from previous night. Others were hanging around and enjoying the setup. I had a nasty feeling, though I was happy that I could help. Afterwards, the couple went on a honeymoon and asked me to take care of their plants for 1 month, which is totally fine with me. I prepared them a nice bottle of champagne to celebrate their return from the honeymoon. As I spent a lot of money on food, I wanted to get some reimbursement. It's not like I bought food for only my BF, my friend, and I, but for all others who could have gone shopping as well. I added the expenses to splitwise and assigned 2/5 to the bride. Despite my efforts and expenses, I was harshly criticized for being a terrible friend, for not bringing a present, not washing dishes, or contributing enough financially. I was told that I should be thankful that their friends allowed us to stay overnight. We got them a bottle of expensive wine as a thank you. Then her fiancé accused me of trying to get their money and suggested I check my finances. The groom even implied that I didn't do enough for the wedding. However, I had already followed their words not to bring a gift and had been supportive in various ways. I was at work and all of this destroyed me emotionally. It seemed like my efforts were not recognized or valued. Comment what you think and hit subscribe if you made it to the end of this video. Story 2. Am I the a-hole for getting boho braids as a bridesmaid when the bride asked me not to? I am in a wedding this fall, and I sent a text to the bride letting her know I will have my boho braids in at that time and won't need my hair done at the wedding. I also let her know I could style them however she wanted me to. I know some brides like hair up or half up, and I am more than happy to do any style she wants. She responded asking if I could wear my natural hair instead so that everyone can be uniform. I will be the only black bridesmaid at the wedding and feel like most styles will not be uniform by nature. My natural hair can be hard to manage at events that last all day, and I didn't want to be dealing with it. So I mentioned I would feel more comfortable in the braids. She is currently not responding, but is telling others she is upset and thinks I am making it all about me. I really tried to be there for her leading up. I planned her bachelorette party, helped set up for her bridal shower, and have helped with random wedding tasks. Wondering if I should just not get the braids since she is the bride and it is her day, or keep my appointment and get them since that will make me feel more comfortable and I will style them however she wants. Story 3. Am I the a-hole for telling his wife he got me pregnant even after I had an abortion? I, 30F, met a man, 31M, on a dating app. He told me he was separated from his wife who was already in a new relationship and he was looking to date as well. We were hooking up and got very close very quick, then about 5 months and I got pregnant. I was on birth control. IDK what happened? I decided it was too early for a child in the relationship and got an abortion. That was a month ago, and things were going great between us till last night where he told me he was getting back with her and he was actually hooking up with her the entire time. Yes, I know I was stupid to even believe him in the first place, but there were no signs at all. He told her we were dating and now her friends somehow got my info and are telling me I was lied to the whole time. Should I tell his wife he got me pregnant? He's begging me not to and offering to pay me 1K to keep my mouth shut, but I feel like she should know. Comment your advice and subscribe to our channel for more content. Story 4. Am I the a-hole for telling my husband's kids, 24F22M, that my house isn't their family home, and it's not my fault their mom lost theirs? I married my husband 2 years ago. He has 2 kids, 24F and 22M. He had a very nasty divorce from their mom that was fought out over the course of years. Part of the reason for the marriage ending was she had a drug problem and blew through their savings and was running up credit cards he didn't know about to pay for it. The divorce finalized when the youngest was 16. She wanted the house in the divorce, which was a big part of the fight. She ended up getting it. She immediately moved in her addict BF and another couple they used with, and the house ended up getting destroyed and falling into foreclosure, and they then proceeded to squat in it and had to be forcibly removed. Because my husband and his ex ended up also having to file bankruptcy. He had been living in a friend's basement when I met him due to his credit being wrecked. Fast forward, we are married, he moves into my house, got a prenuptial agreement. He can't be on the mortgage due to his credit anyways. His ex and kids are living with grandparents' kids and ex don't like me. They refer to me as that C word, but at this point they are all adults, so I'm not going to force things with them. Grandparents recently had to sell their home and they are now living with their mom's friends. They asked if they could move in with us, and I said no. Both got angry and started telling me that this was their dad's home, and that makes this their family home too. And it wasn't up to me if they could live there or not. They started spouting off every insult they could think of. I interrupted them and told them it in fact was not their family home, and if they were looking for their family home, they need to go talk to their mom, because she chopped it up and put it up her nose. And that wasn't my problem. A huge part of the reason I don't want them here is that their mom has since squatted multiple places. forcing roommates to have to threaten her with eviction to get her out, and basically told the last one she would leave for a certain amount of money. The kids and her are very close, and I don't want that happening in my house. We also have reason to believe the oldest may be using. Story 5. Am I the a-hole for wanting to break up with my GF after her ex's funeral? Advice needed. So my GF and I have been together for about 4 years. She used to be close friends with her ex. However, he tried to make a move on her while she and I were together, so she cut off their friendship. They knew each other for about 10 years. They were high school sweethearts and stayed together throughout college. They broke up because he did not want kids. He died recently, and my GF was invited to the funeral. While I wasn't happy, so to speak, to see my GF cry about this guy, I swallowed my emotions and offered my full support. She asked me to come with her. Here's where things get messy. She kept talking about she wishes they never broke up in the first place, and that she's never met someone who she loved as much as him. She made a speech about how she says that if things had been different, they'd be a happy family with children. I had to force myself not to say anything then. Now we're back home, and she hasn't said anything about what she said. I'm so close to just leaving, but I just don't know if she only said that out of grief. Am I wrong for banning my fiancé's stepfather from the wedding because I found out he makes fun of our relationship? I'm getting married in September to my amazing fiancé, Nick. Nick is a super sweet, loving guy who always makes me feel like a princess. His mother, Jenna, doesn't seem to appreciate this and has always had an attitude with me. She thinks I'm spoiled, which is rich coming from her, and a gold digger, which is almost comical because the money isn't even his. Jenna hates our PDA. Nothing gross but lots of verbal affirmations. I don't know why, but Jenna has serious issues with words of affirmation. She will hang all over her husband, but when Nick tells me he loves me, she looks like she is going to be sick. Well, I recently found out that Jenna's husband Tom will imitate Nick in public and repeat things he has told me word for word, because Jenna finds our relationship so cringe. He is just doing this as a prank to embarrass her, and apparently the rest of the family finds it funny, because I heard about this from Jenna's sister talking to Tom. I am pissed. I feel like our whole relationship is a joke to him. I confronted Tom and he admitted he does it, but didn't seem to see the issue. I decided I don't want someone who thinks our love is a joke at our wedding. Well, Jenna told us in no uncertain terms she wouldn't attend any wedding her husband isn't invited to, and called me childish. Nick is willing to back me but is understandably sad about his mother. She is very stubborn, so if she says she isn't coming, she probably means it. Now some people are telling me that I am being dramatic and you can't invite half of a couple.
Story 7. Am I the a-hole for leaving home after my husband said I should handle the cost of all the IVF sessions, only because I'm the cause of infertility in our marriage? I have been married to my husband for 13 years. We've been trying for so long to have a child, but haven't been able to do it. We've tried many methods and nothing worked. The mental toll would be a lot for us, so we take some time before we try again. A friend of mine suggested we try IVFs and I told my husband. He agreed to the suggestion, but the cost kind of had him hesitating. IVF sessions are costly, yes, but my husband and I have enough savings to afford them. I spoke to him again about it and he said he wasn't sure we should take this route. He pointed out how one session isn't guaranteed and that we'd have to pay for more. Again, I mentioned how he and I can afford it with our money combined. He looked at me intently, then told me that, logically, since I'm the cause of infertility, then he thought that I should handle the cost of IVF sessions by myself. I was shocked. I couldn't even muster a response to what he said. He said it to my face straight. I felt so hurt I exploded on him, and he acted like I was being unreasonable, and then said he was not obligated to pay for my own medical issues. I lost it and decided to pack my stuff and go stay with my mother. No response from him after that. Just a text stating, "Truth hurts," that he sent when I rejected his phone call. I got blamed by family saying I'm overriding his feelings and that he had the right to open up about how he felt when I kept pushing him about the IVFs, especially considering his mental health state from being unable to become a father, which is a human right that he has. Yes, I do take responsibility for my infertility, but this was too much. Did I overreact? Was I wrong for taking a stance against what he said and leaving? Story 8. Am I the a-hole for telling my sister I told you so after she announced to the family her husband is divorcing her? So I, 21F, having a sister named Lisa, 27F, my sister has in my eyes an unhealthy obsession to make every in her house fit her aesthetic, so no colorful colors, except different shades of brown and gray and white. She throws away anything that does not fit into her aesthetic, including her daughter Maya, 2F, toys, and husband Mark, 29M, clothes. I've told my sister several times she needs to stop this. Before she does something to push Mark over the edge, she told me to shut up because she knows her man so well. Lisa has a history of throwing away gifts, gift bag included, if it's not in her style. What pushed Mark to finally stand up and leave Lisa was when his elderly mother, whose hobby is knitting, gifted both Mark and Maya colorful sweaters she knitted herself that took a long time to make. Lisa did not like this, so behind Mark's back, she threw them away. When Mark learned about this, he told her he was done and demanded a divorce. Lisa called my parents to tell them the news, and I said I told you so on the call. She cussed me out then hanged up. My mom said I could be more sympathetic and my dad agreed with her.